Welcome everyone, this is Will, KMAC Vintage. Today I'm gonna shoot a video of assembling a BlueSCSI. This is the internal version. Unfortunately last night I already assembled the 4 external versions for me to get some practice and understand how this works. So I have 6 more of these to assemble. And I'm not gonna move the camera, I'll move my pad. So these are all the pieces that have to get assembled: the resistor packs, power connector, jumper pins, the header pins for the blue pill, some more jumper packs, jumper screws, the blue pill, and here are 2 actually resistors and 2 actually diodes, and the SIM card reader, the actually memory card reader, SD card reader. So the first thing we're gonna assemble here is the SD card. It's not as difficult as it looks. Let me put that in my microscope view. There, I have it there. You should have it there too. Let's see if I can get some more light on that. This is the SD card reader, and it goes on pretty straightforward. There are a couple ground points and actually securing that it needs, and then the main contact points. So really the simplest way to do this is to put down some flux to help you hold it steady. Now, it doesn't need much, just a little bit here and there. So I put some flux on the spots that will help, that are gonna need solder. Then I go ahead and take this and put it on there. Within the lines and where it's gonna sit. Yeah, that looks good there, that looks good there. Okay, and now I'm gonna put some solder on the iron, and then I'm gonna tap the points that need to get soldered. Very straightforward. Let's put some solder on there. I'm gonna hold that in place. And then just tap. I got a bridge there. I got rid of that bridge. Make sure I don't have any bridges. Looks good. Okay, so the main contact points are down. Now I'm gonna take some more solder and I go around and I tap the ground spots. So here I already have some flux, so I just come here and touch that. It sucks it in. Up here too. Let's turn this there. Let's contact it down. There, there. And now we come to the back side. There and there. That should be it. So let's give this a little check. And we're down and solid. Now I'm gonna take my card from my other one and just do a test. All right, goes in, nope, without any problem. Nicely done. That's on. Now let's just do a continuity test also, just to make sure. Too many cables around here. Okay, continuity test. We're just gonna First, I'm going to check to make sure nothing is grounded. None of the pins are making a little ground. Now, did I not put this on? I didn't put it on. Actually, beep beep. Okay. Oh boy. This is what I had with the first one. With another one, I was getting grounded on pin number 3. And how I fixed that was to remove it and clean it and start all over again, and that's not something I want to go do right now. So let me just make sure there's no bridge here. I had that with another one, and really on this video right now, I don't want to go deal with that. I'll fix that later. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a different board and just start anew with that one. I'll come back to that one later. Now, let's just put this one down too quickly. Okay. Okay. Just got a bit more solder. Alright, so those are down. See, I have no. Alright, so let's keep on soldering them down. So far, it's not shorted out. Some little piece of solder gets in there somewhere and causes that problem. Okay. Now go to the back side. That down, and let me just check the continuity again. I need to determine what's causing this shorting to happen. Then I know better what to fix. So that's why I'm testing it each time. So far good. So far I don't have. It's not grounding out. There it will, yes. Okay, so now we still have these 2 contact points on the side here, and I think it's one of them that is causing the problem. Just to be safe, let me put some more flux here. Okay. Okay. That one good. That's on there without any problem. So we have that on. I'm gonna clean this off a little bit now with some alcohol and my toothbrush and just clean off that flux that I put there. All right, let's take a look at the soldering. Okay, that's good. All right, so now next thing, we have, what else do we have to put on? We have two actually diodes that need to go on here and here. This is pin headers, this is for jumpers. This is also pin headers, but this is for the LED light and power light. There are two actually resistors that need to go here. They're the same resistors. They're only needed if you are using the power and the activity LED lights. Okay, that's the only reason why you need them, because then that protects the LED that gets connected here. These are for actually resistor packs. This is the main header connection for the cable, and then the blue pill is gonna sit here. So let's start off with those two diodes. I have a diode here, so the space is very tight, so these have to get bent right at the end of the diode. There's a line here on the circuit board that represents the line that is on the diode. So we will push that in. We get the other diode and we do the same thing. And that goes in. So they're gonna sit right there. Now I have the two resistors also here. The space very tight, so I just bend those right at the end. So you can see where now they're bent, and then I'm going to feed them into these holes. Okay, that's there, and I bend this back just to hold it. On the diodes, I don't really bend it too much. They're in there pretty good and tight. One more resistor. Again, that is bent, that's ready. Yeah. And we put that in. Resistors don't have an actually polarity, but I still like to put them where the colors are the same on both sides, how they line up. Okay, so all those are in. Now comes time to solder them. So let's go solder these two diodes. One nice spot. Okay, diodes are in. Now let's do the resistors. I know there's still one more there that I haven't done yet, but I skipped that because I need to get better angle. Okay, those are in. Now I can cut these leads off. we have nice connection, nice solder points. Okay, so those are in. What do we do next? I normally like to do the resistor packs. If you notice on here, there is 3,300 written and a 2,200. This whole line is the 33, and this is the 22. If you look at the resistors, you see this says on it 331, and this dot is this first piece here that is square and blocked off. So 3,300 goes up here. Okay, and then this is the other 3,300. Let me find the dot. I don't have my glasses. Okay, there it is. So that goes in like actually that. Now, I normally flip this over and put it like this. I need it in my microscope view. Then I start soldering. Clean out my solder tip. It don't take much solder. I just need a nice little pyramid on there. You see, it's coming along real nice. 3 more to go on this one. Okay, that's what that side done. I hope you all can see that. Let me put it in better view. Okay, there we go. Okay, so those packs are on. And those packs are on, you see? There they are. Now we do the 22 and the same thing. This has some writing on it. The dot. Put that one there. This one there. I flip it over. I get it in my view. Maybe y'all can see that too. And let's start soldering again. Repeat. So last night I stayed up till about midnight working on assembling some of these. That's how I know about that little issue that I ran across just earlier in this video with that SD card reader, because I ran across it on the first board I was doing. So I switched boards, and then after I finished the other external units, I went back and I did that other. I went back, I took off that SD card reader, cleaned it, and fixed it back. And I solved the problem with it, so it just had to be some solder joint that was somewhere. A solder ball got into something somewhere. Okay, resistor packs are on. See that? Yeah, we'll see the solder work. Really not that difficult. Okay, those are on. Now the next thing, I like to do the contact jumpers. So I go ahead and I put on the heads, the jumper on them, because that helps me control it. Okay, one goes there. Now, this is the hard part, flipping it over. But I can still flip it over. There we go. They're in there. Now let me slide this and line it up. There they are. Okay, so we can see where I need to solder. It's these right here. Let me see if I can get you all somewhat of a better view. Bear with me here, guys. Okay. There, those points, they don't pop out. Okay. So what I normally like to do with this is I'm gonna put some flux on just one pin of each. Okay. Then I'm gonna put some solder on my tip again. Okay, because I tried to line, I'm using this hand for me to try to get it as level and as straight as possible, and I'm just gonna tack that. Okay, and I'll tack the other one too. It's just to hold it, okay. Now I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna see if they're sitting right, sitting good, and if they're sitting nice and straight. See, so that's pretty straight, I think. Looks to me it's good. So once I'm happy with it, then I'll go back and I'll solder. I'll then just tap these down better. There. 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 Okay. So those four are in, and those four stay jumped because they're not for the LEDs. Now come the ones for the LEDs for the power, and they go in these other two locations. So I will go ahead and put that in. Sometimes these things are hard. Okay, those are in. Now I'm gonna use my little scraper blade, put that in the middle there. That's just to help me hold it. And then I'm gonna flip it. And then I'm gonna pull out my blade. Okay, and with this, I do the same thing. I'm still holding it. I put some flux on one pin of each. The flux is just to help the solder attract to the pin and attach. I get some solder. Again, I'm trying to hold it and look and see what is nice and level. Okay. Oh, what came out? One came out. What did I do? I soldered that one, and you see it's not too level. It's okay, because then I can just heat up one side, and I push it. Now it's level. I did the soldering wrong. I did them up and down. But but yeah, you see that one is good. Okay, my mistake there. I did it the wrong way. I should have done it crossways instead of up and down. But it's all right. We come back to it. You repeat the same process. All right, let's see. Yep, it looks good to me. So now we'll come back and I will tack up the other points. Okay, looks nice. Let's do a little bit of cleaning here so we can get a better view. Yeah, looks good. I don't know if y'all can see it well, but let me bring this up. So we got the contacts in, we got the actually resistor packs, diodes, resistors, and the pin headers and the chip socket. So what is left now, we have to put in the main header up here. We have to put in this power connection that comes the actually blue pill. I like to do the main piece now, which is this, because it helps me level it. I do the tallest thing last. Okay, so I have that down. It's sitting as level as I can get it. Okay, all the way across. It's just pushed in there right now. It's not soldered yet. So I'll do the same thing I do just to help me hold it. Again, I'm gonna put flux on one pin here. Then I'll go all the way to the other end. I'll put here. Basically, that will help me secure it, and then I can come in with my hands free and get all the rest. So let's put some solder on my tip, and we come here. We go there. Okay, that one's soldered. We come down here. Let me get some more solder. And I do the same thing here. There. So now that is secure. That's in there. It's got a good level. Okay. So now I can come in and I can do the rest. And I'm gonna put something down here to help me hold this. Okay. And we will put a little solder ball on all of these pins, a little pyramid. Now I slide down a little bit more. You can see more on the screen than I can in my microscope view. Okay, almost done there. A lot of connections, a lot of pins. Getting to the end there, getting to the end. Okay, so that's all in. Let's just take a quick look, make sure the connections look good. And that none were missed. You're just reheating it, reflows it a little bit. Beautiful pyramids. Yeah, so now let's come to here. We're now to this power connection. This is if you need power to come from the power supply of the computer, you would connect here with a adapter. So that's there. Flip it over. Let me get it in my view here. This one here, I'm just gonna tack one, and then I can try to balance. I can work on positioning it. Okay, let's see how nice and straight that is. Yeah, it looks straight to me. Looks flush. So once it's flush, then I will go ahead and tack down the other 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this part here, we are pretty much completed. Now it is time for the blue pill to come in. So I'll move that aside. This is the blue pill. Now previously I put the short ends of the header on the blue pill and the long end on the BlueSCSI board like this. But then for me to put it in the case here, I have to go cut all these legs. And really there's nothing that is going to prevent it from working with the long ends up on this side, and then the short ends connect to the BlueSCSI. Just to be sure, let's do it. Let's do a test. So we'll take the BlueSCSI. We'll drop in the short ends of the headers on it. Then we'll take the pill and we put it on, you see? So it will, nothing is blocking it, nothing is interfering with it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do it that way now. So now I got some more points to solder, so let's get to it. Solder, 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 solder. Here we go. I really need a holder. Some of those back here behind these things are so hard to get. hands are blocking your view. I'm so sorry about that. It's just hard to get in there, guys. I'm sorry. I will try to do it a bit different way. Sorry, my hand blocking again. I need to put longer. Okay, so that side done. Let's see how they look. Well, a very good connection. Now let's get this other side done. I'll try to make it better where I'm not blocking your view. The one thing I forgot to do was to make sure that this is nice and straight. See, so it does look like it is, so let's keep on going. Anyway, so far I've been pretty good with building them. As I build them, I test them and they work. And really, this is my first time building these, because the previous ones I bought them ready-made as kits because I was new to soldering. But we can see it's not that difficult. It's not that hard to do. I mean, it's... all connections are in. That's good. So the top part of the blue pill is done. Now we have to get the BlueSCSI itself. And the way this has to go in is that this part, the USB of the blue pill has to be opposite from your card reader. So it has to go in like this. So we'll go ahead and drop that in. So now what is preventing this from going in? There, okay. Got it, nice and flat, easy. And now my connection points down here are small. So, but I am kind of out of balance here. So I have to do my, I want to tack a couple pieces. I want to tack the 4 corners. So I'm going to put some flux on the 4 corners. Put some solder on my tip. Then I'm going to try to balance this and pushing it down, connect that side. That side, so one side is tacked down. Okay, and now the last one over here. Okay, now we can check and make sure that the blue pill is sitting on nice and level, straight. And it's on there good, that's it. And so now let's go solder all these. You see how the solder just flows so nicely and goes to where it should. Some may be wondering why you don't hear background noise of a fume extractor. I have some fans around me that are going, ceiling fans, and it pushes the smoke out of the way. I'm sorry, I was blocking your view again. I need to remember that to use longer amount of solder so that my hand stays out of your view, like this. Now we go solder this side. Let me put that in my microscope view. Okay, so we're almost done with this one, guys. It's looking good. These are not that difficult to put together, and somewhat it is good practice for soldering. You just end up feeling better about yourself, and you can feel confident that you can do it. Okay, let's take a look. And then adjust my microscope focus. Beautiful. Very nice. Okay, so guess what, folks? This BlueSCSI is put together. Those are the main parts of it. It's a card reader. Let's see how that goes in. I'm gonna turn it, folks, so you can see it. Card reader, yeah. We have our headers, power, resistor packs, blue pill. All that is in. Now all that's left is to put it in the cradle. These are 3D printed mounts to go inside, and just snap it in there. It sits nice and flush. This is why I flipped that over, okay? Because you can see the first one I put together did not, I put the long ends down and did not cut it. I gotta go back and cut that. Now this one here, then the second one, I did do long end down again, and I cut them. I saw I had to cut them. That's how I know. And now this one here, we do it correct from the beginning. And we put in these 2 screws to hold it down. And these BlueSCSIs came from Joe's Computer Museum, jcm-1.com. He also has a amazing YouTube channel. He's one of my favorites. I learned a lot from watching him and learning from him. Okay, so we see that this is done. It's in the cradle. So memory card goes in. More than likely you will not need to connect the power. That's just in the rare occasion that you do need to. Blue pill is in. You have your two headers, connectors for LED and power indicator LEDs. So we are done with this one. And with these newer versions, whenever there's an update too, you don't even need to switch jumpers and so forth. If your blue pill is using USB update, the instructions are very simple to follow. Just plug in a USB and away you go and update it. So this one done, folks. That's it. That's how you put together a BlueSCSI. I'll test it a bit later because I want to put them all together and then test them all in one shot. And now what I'm going to do is go back to that one that had that SD card failure and fix it so I can assemble that one. I have it sitting right here. So it's not forgotten. It will get dealt with. So thank you, folks. And remember, if you like the video, smash on that like button for me. And tell others about the channel. Join it, watch them, learn, give me feedback, please. I would love it. I would love to hear what else you want to see. I do have a plus analog board I'm going to do. I'll do that in a bit. And then I also have a CD-ROM drive that I need to put together. I need to put those caps back on. So there'll be some more videos coming. Thank you, everyone, and have a good day. Bye-bye.